As I am always stressing the point, Griffith carefully designs his problem to illuminate core principle of quantum mechanics. These problems are more than mathematical exercise. They are opportunity to develop the deeper understanding of physics behind the equation. So here we are going to see the problem 4.10. What is the specialty of this problem? What we are going to learn? This is related to Bessel function. Bessel function uh, directly gives the solution for radial equation for any n value. So it's like logarithmic table. You can take the value. That is the solution for the Schrödinger wave equation. So within no time, without doing any calculation, directly you will get the solution for the radial equation. So here that means we have to prove that the Bessel function satisfies the radial equation. So this is related to that type of problems. That is problem 4.10 is check that A or JL of K are satisfy the radial equation with VR of R is equal to 0 and L equal to 1. V of R 0 means is a free particle. So we know the radial equation is T2 UR over TR2 minus 2M over H cross squared V of R plus L into L plus 1 H cross squared over 2M R squared UR is equal to minus 2M over H cross squared EUR. If v equal to 0 and L equal to 1, then what will happen? This becomes 0. It's a free particle. And L1 means L into L plus 1. 1 into 2, 2. This will become 2. So here, uh, H cross squared over 2m r squared. H cross squared over 2m, sorry, not 2m r squared, will get cancelled with this 2m over H cross squared. So this is inverse of this H cross squared over 2m. So literally what you are getting, the second order derivative, and here you have a 2 here. You remember that 2 over r squared u of r, and I'm going to take this 2me as k squared. So this will become, there is a negative sign, so minus k squared u of r. Now you bring this to the other side. Then this will become plus. So 2 over r minus k squared u of r. This is the radial equation of a free particle with the L value is 1. That is important. Why we have taken L value is 1 is a simplest case. Now, how to find the solution? That is u of r. Using this equation, finding u of r is a tedious process. Here only the Bessel function comes. However, we have to verify the Bessel function is really the solution for radial equation. Here we have to prove that the first order Bessel function uh, satisfies the radial equation. That is, it is a solution for this radial equation. Just now we got it. Second order derivative is equal to 2 over r squared minus k squared u of r. So, what is u of r from Bessel function? We know the Bessel function. U of r is equal to A R J1 KR. So just you replace J1 KR by this, which I have shown in a square bracket. So here R will get cancelled with this R squared, which will become R, and this R will get cancelled. So now you take k outside, 1 over k outside. So a over k, this k squared becomes just k, and here is r. And this k we have taken out, r already cancelled out, so this will be minus cos kr. This is the simple form of u of r. That is solution for this equation. Remember that. We have not done anything, any mathematics, so just we have taken the result. It's available as a table for any L value. That is very important. Now we have to find the validity of this equation. So Griffith has taken the L equal to 1 is a simplest case. So for L is equal to 1 and for free particle U of R is this one. Now our task is we have to find that whether this is satisfied with this radial equation. So you take first order derivative. If you take first order derivative, sin kr is k cos kr over kr. And what about that is this is UV method. First, we have differentiated the numerator. That is k cos kr over kr. Denominator we have kept as it is. Then you keep sin kr as it is. Differentiate the denominator. That is 1 over r. If you differentiate 1 over r, you will get minus 1 over r squared. Of course, there is a k here. And what about this? If you differentiate this, you will get minus k sin kr. Already there is one minus, so this will become plus k sin kr. So now we will further simplify this. So we got the first order derivative. Now you carry out second order derivative. You differentiate this. You take first term. If you differentiate the numerator, you will get minus sin k sin kr. Already there is another k. So this will become k squared sin kr over kr. Then now you keep numerator as it is, differentiate the denominator. That is k is a constant, so you leave it 1 over r. If you differentiate, you will get minus 1 over r squared. Then you come here. Sin kr, if you differentiate, you will get k cos kr. We are keeping numerator as it is. Then you keep, sorry, we are keeping denominator as it is. Then you keep numerator as it is, sin kr, and differentiate the denominator. K is a constant, so 1 over r squared is minus 2 over r cube. So minus of minus will become plus. So this will become 2 times sin kr, kr cube. Then what about this? Sin kr, if you differentiate, you will get k cos kr. Already one k is here. So this will become k squared cos kr. So now we are going to simplify this further. Here you can cancel this k squared, which will become k, and this k will get cancelled. Similarly, in the second term, k get cancelled, and third term also k will get cancelled. Here last two terms we will keep as it is. So this will become minus, this will become minus k sine kr over r minus cos kr over r square, and third term also minus cos kr over r square, and last two terms we are keeping as it is. Now you take second and third term, both are exactly same. Of course, you have a negative direction, so this can be written as minus 2 cos kr over r square, and we are keeping other thing as it is. So we got this second order differential equation. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to group the cosine term and sine term separately. These two are the cosine term. Here you can see this is a k squared minus 2 over r squared cos kr is a common. Then you take the sine term, this one and this one. So positive term is here 2 over kr cube minus k over r sine kr. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a negative sign outside this bracket in the first term. So naturally this will become minus 2 over r squared minus k squared. And this one I'm going to take 2 over kr multiplied by r squared. That is r cube I am writing as r into r squared. And this here I'm going to multiply and divide by k. So k squared over kr sine kr. Now interestingly you can take this kr and this kr outside as a common. So this will become sine kr over kr. So inside the bracket you have only 2r squared minus k squared. Now we got this expression. Here you can notice we can take this term as common. That is 2 over r squared minus k squared as common. Already a over k is a common factor we have. And here inside the bracket you have sine kr. First you take positive term. Sine kr over kr. And here minus cos kr. Minus cos kr. At the beginning of our lecture, we have seen this is nothing but u of r. And what about this? This is exactly the radial equation. Solution, sorry, not solution, is a radial equation for free particle when L equal to 1. So this one we got it from Bessel function. That means Bessel function is a valid solution for the radial equation. So this is here we have taken J1 up as reference. That is L equal to 1 as reference. So this is valid for all Bessel function. That means now we established that Bessel function is a solution of a radial equation. Whenever you want to solve radial equation, you need not do any calculation. Just you take the Bessel function available in the table. It's readily available table, so you can take it. You need not do the mathematical step. That is the beauty of Bessel function. Section P is determine graphically the allowed energies for the infinite spherical well when L equal to 1. So that for large n, En is equal to h squared pi squared over 2ma squared multiplied by n plus half whole squared. So now we know the Bessel function J1 of x is equal to sin x over x squared minus cos x over x. When J1 of x is equal to 0, then sin x over x squared is equal to cos x over x. Here now you can cancel this x and this x squared, which will become x. So you bring this to right hand side and bring this to left hand side. So sin x over cos x is equal to tan x. Here you have x. X is equal to tan x. This is a transcendental equation. You cannot solve analytically. You can use only the graphical method, which we are going to do it now. As I said, x tan x, x is equal to tan x is a transcendental equation. Here I mentioned nth level xn, which is equal to tan xn. So I have drawn the graph. X-axis is start from 0 and it goes up to pi by over 2 in step up pi over 2. So 0 pi over 2 pi 3 pi over 2 2 pi and 5 pi over 2. Then the y-axis is tan x, this one, tan x, that curved line. So here I can explain this graph using what is sine 0? Sine 0 is 0. So naturally it starts with origin. And what is sine pi by 2? Sine pi by 2 is 1. However, cos pi by 2 is 0. So it suddenly suit up asymptotic behavior. Then similarly, the pi, when angle x-axis is pi, angle is pi, sine pi is 0. Naturally it start with 0. What about cos 3 pi over 2 is 0, so it will suit up. Similarly here, sine 2 pi is 0 and cos pi by over 2 is 0. So it will suit up like this. This point of intercept are the result. Here En equal to h cross squared kn squared over 2m. So where kn is equal to xn whole squared over a squared. Xn is the dimensionless quantity. You can see the transcendental equation, which we are going to get from transcendental equation. Xn is equal to tan xn. By solving this using this graph, we will get xn. So xn is a dimensionless number. So that is xn is equal to, for large value of n, xn is equal to n plus half multiplied by pi. So you replace xn by this one. Then you will get h cross squared first term and here pi squared over 2ma squared, the denominator. And of course, this is n plus half whole squared. So this is the energy of the nth state. So when n is large, you will get like this. So if you find this lecture useful one, kindly subscribe. Also share and join my channel for the growth of my channel. Thank you very much for watching my video continuously and supporting me continuously. Thank you very much.